Guys, it's Trevor with Embers. Today we're talking gas grills. Like you've heard in my other videos, I'm always preaching there's too many products out there. There's a lot of product confusion going on in the marketplace, saturated marketplace, so many gas grills, so many features. So I thought what would be cool is let's do a little buyer's guide video. What features are underrated and what features are overrated? What's the most overrated feature in a gas grill? What's the most underrated feature in a gas grill? What's important, what's not? That's when I'm gonna answer these questions for you. Let's go. Don't forget, if you guys are in the Denver, Colorado area, come to our showroom today, check out all of our awesome products. I think that in the Denver market, we have some of the best selection on the floor for gas grills. You won't find a better place to buy a gas grill than from us. There's my little plug. Also, if you're not local, give us first stab at the business. If you like what you're learning in these videos, it helps us out a ton. If you give us first shot at it, we can earn your business. We can keep making awesome videos like this. Follow us on the Instagram, all the social medias, blah, blah, blah. All right, there's enough plugs. All right, let's get down to it. So when you're shopping, you're like, well, this one has heavy duty burners. Well, this one has heavy duty cast iron cooking grates. This one has a rotisserie. This one has a side burner, blah, 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 blah. What's important? Let's break down some features. I'm gonna tell you if they're underrated or overrated. Let's get going. All right, let's start with lighting. Is lighting underrated or overrated? Well, we usually have two types of lighting in a grill. We have lighting on the exterior of a grill, and we have interior lighting. Now, I think interior lighting is something you actually use. Now, obviously, you only use it in the evenings, but a lot of people think, I see a lot of comments on our YouTube channel, oh, one cook with that, and that thing's gonna be sooted up, and you'll never be able to see again. That is not true. That is absolutely false. So if you're reading those comments, ignore them. That is absolutely not true. I cook on grills like this all the time with the lights on and off. It's just not true. So interior lighting is definitely helpful. It is underrated. All right, as far as exterior lighting goes, a lot of people would say that it is overrated. It's not important. I'm getting confused, overrated, underrated. It's overrated. And it doesn't, of course, it doesn't add a lot of value to your actual cook, but I do think it does add some really nice curb appeal, especially when you're doing like a fully built-in outdoor kitchen. But here's an important thing that I want to touch on. Some of these brands are getting really creative as far as safety. So when the knobs are lit, they're going to activate the lighting system so you know the burners are on. Now this actually is helpful. After a few brewskis, you may accidentally leave this on, and I've left a grill on all night before, because what I like to do is after I cook, I like to leave it on for 30 minutes, everything on high. So it kind of has the self-cleaning feature. And then what happens sometimes when you do that, you forget about it and you leave it on. I wake up in the morning, have my coffee, I'm like seeing these like heat waves coming off the grill. I'm like, son of a gun, are you kidding me? I left that on all night. So again, underrated. People think lighting's dumb. It's not. It's helpful and important. All right, sticking on the outside of the grill, let's talk side burners. Now, whether you're doing a cart model and you're gonna have a side burner on the shelf, or you're doing a built-in outdoor kitchen and you're gonna have side burners like this, are they overrated or underrated? That depends, because all side burners are not created equal. Now this is the Wildfire double side burner, and you can see we have heavy duty brass. So these are powerful and high BTU burners. I would say anything that is high BTUs or powerful or heavy duty is medium. I wouldn't say it's overrated, but I wouldn't say it's underrated either. It's like, for me, a side burner is kind of a waste of space in my countertop. I put a premium on countertop space, so in my design, I'm really not designing in any side burners. That's different than like a power burner or a sear station though. So let's talk sear stations. So Napoleon utilizes an infrared sear station. Now this is on the outside of the grill. This is 1800 degrees. This is absolutely one of the most underrated features in the grilling space. Everyone's like, I don't need a side burner. I promise you, after you've cooked on this, you need this side burner. It is an absolute must. I cook on infrared almost every single time I use my grill, but people think, oh, I've never used a side burner. That's because you're using that crappy Weber side burner that you have. The Weber side burner, absolutely overrated, completely unnecessary, complete piece of junk. Does nothing. Infrared side burners are absolutely underrated. Side burners that are built into an outdoor kitchen as a standalone, medium. There's my take on side burners. Should we talk rotisseries? Okay, let's talk rotisserie kits. Are rotisserie kits overrated? No, overrated? I'm confusing myself. Are they overrated or underrated? Here's my spiel on rotisserie kits. Everyone says, I've never used one. I barely use it. And the truth is, I have a grill at home with a rotisserie kit, and guess what? It's true. I barely use it. However, that doesn't mean that they're not awesome.
It's not.
So with this rotisserie kit, we can do a lot with this, especially get some cool accessories. We can get baskets. We can use obviously our traditional forks that we're doing. There's a lot of different like kebab options that we can do, and they usually work pretty awesome. They're usually infrared burners, very high heat. They work extremely, extremely well, and we can do a lot of primo food. So they're underrated in the sense that they work really, really, really well. And they usually are extremely functional. But I wouldn't base my buying decision on a rotisserie kit, if that makes sense. So in that sense, they're overrated because it is true. I think the average cooker is not going to use it that much. So don't put a lot of stock in it. However, they are tremendously awesome and they do work really well. Is that making sense? Am I making sense, Chris? Yeah. What I'm getting at is don't choose the grill based on the rotisserie functionality, because it's probably true you won't use it that much. I think I've said enough on that. One last point on rotisseries while I'm right here. If you're not going to use a rotisserie a lot, like I don't, I like having a hidden rotisserie motor. So this Twin Eagles, for example, it has a hidden drivetrain motor inside the grill. So it's perfect because I have it here, but I don't have a clunky motor hanging out anywhere. So it's not in my way because I'm not really using it. And then some grills have an option. Some grills have an option, this one doesn't, but to sort of store away your spit rod. So if I can find storage for my spit rod and then my hidden rotisserie motor is completely hidden, then what harm's it doing? It's not doing me any harm anyway. Might as well have it and enjoy it from time to time, that one time a year. There's my take on rotisseries. Grill grates. So grill grates are tough because we're a high-end barbecue shop. So unless you're buying like an absolute piece of garbage grill, like literally a $90 grill at Home Depot or a piece of junk that you're just gonna burn through in a season anyways, like unless you're buying a piece of junk, all of the decent quality gas grills, they all have really good cooking grates. So well, we're talking different diameters, different shapes. So like the Broil Kings, for example, this is like probably your most traditional, probably 8mm solid stainless steel. They all advertise solid 304 stainless. I have a video on the difference between cast iron and stainless steel. If you want to watch that video, I'm not going to get in depth on it now, but most of our high-end grills are coming with stainless steel cooking grates, and we're talking different shapes. So like Napoleon uses the wave rod cooking grates, 9mm in their Pro Series. Blaze says, well, our triangular grill grates, you know, hold more heat on the bottom and a better sear because they're pointy on top. It's the same. It's the exact same. What I'm getting at is they're all good. They're all high quality. I would say maybe if anything, the one thing I've seen that's a lot different is like the Heston uses the laser cut flat grill grates. Actually, the Wildfire has it. Let me show you these here. So the only exception I would say that's really different are laser cut cooking grates. Heston has it, Wildfire has it. I cook on a Heston at home. I really like this feature because they're reversible, so I can flip them upside down and always cook on a clean side. Outside of that, they're all about the same. So what I'm getting at is they're important, so they're not overrated or underrated, but they're very overrated in the sense of a reason to buy a grill. If someone's telling you, hey, my grill grates do this and grill grates do that, or mine are wavy so your veggies don't fall through, blaze with the flat bottom and the point on the top, doesn't matter. Yeah, they're cool, but it's not a reason to buy the grill, is what I'm getting at. Does that make sense? All right, let's move on to flame tamers. All right, flame tamers. So there's different brands. We'll use ceramic briquettes like this. And if you're not familiar with ceramic briquettes, they say and claim to have really even heat retention and really even cooking space throughout the entire grill. That is true. They do work. The problem with these is they have a lot of flare-ups. So this is one option. The other brands like Napoleon, they'll use steel flame tamers or grease diverters that help protect the burners. Blaze and True Flame is doing something similar like this. My take on this is absolutely underrated. This is probably the most underrated feature when you're shopping for any gas grill. And the reason is these absolutely dictate the way your grill is gonna function. 100% affect the way you cook more than any other feature on a gas grill. However, it's probably the least talked about and one of the least expensive features on the grill. So for that reason, this is the most underrated feature on a gas grill, because you will have a lot of flare-ups if it's designed poorly, or if it's not a good piece of technology in the grill. It will make a $20,000 gas grill basically cook like a Home Depot grill, because it's just gonna be flare-up city, and everyone hates flare-up city. Nobody likes flare-up city. So pay attention to this key feature. And if you want to know the differences between them, I've done videos on that too, between ceramic briquettes and flame tamers. But typically I like flame tamers. Now I have a question. We're going to poll the audience on YouTube here. I thought about doing a YouTube video back in the day, before flame tamers came out and ceramic briquettes came out. They would use even heat distribution with literally filling the grill with like lava rocks and letting lava rocks create a nice radiant heat throughout the firebox. I want to do a test in a video and put a bunch of lava rocks in a new gas grill and see how it performs up against existing technology like this. Let me know what you guys think if I should do that video. So pay attention to this, most important feature in a gas grill, in my opinion, because it can render the most expensive gas grill useless. All right, let's talk burners. Are burners overrated or underrated? Should you buy a gas grill based on the burners? I'm gonna tell you. All right, so this is our Napoleon Freestyle. Probably the cheapest gas grill in the entire showroom. Look at these burners. These are stainless steel BTU burners. Probably the most basic burners in the entire showroom. Let me show you like some of the most expensive burners in the showroom. This is like a medium price burner. This is the Twin Eagles U-shaped stainless steel burner. So we're gonna have a U-shaped burner here. And then one of the most common burners is gonna be the cast stainless burners that are in a lot of the grills like Blaze, True Flame, etc., blah, blah, blah. This is probably the most popular because it has the durability of stainless steel and the heat retention of cast iron. So this is probably the most common. This is probably the most heavy duty burners, but if you look in here, we have the Wildfire. So this is the H burner, cast stainless, so big, beefy burners, big heavy duty burners that are in this grill. Now, the most common misconception is people are like, well, I want to upgrade my grill because it has heavy duty burners in it. Bad idea. Just kidding, it's not a bad idea. But just because a grill has heavy duty burners doesn't mean it's necessarily worth the extra money, because like we talked about a minute ago, if it's not a well-designed firebox and you just throw in expensive burners in there, flare up city, because you got a ton of heat coming off of these burners in a poorly designed firebox. Not good. So it's very overrated feature, because a lot of people will buy a gas grill because, oh, it's got better burners in it. Not necessarily true. Now, there's some context to that. When I showed you the Napoleon burners, the Napoleon grill is one of our absolute best grills as far as even heat. So it's a really well-designed firebox, even though it has a pretty basic burner in it. All right. The Wildfire cooks very well with heavy-duty burners, but what I like to see is if I have heavy-duty big BTU burners, I better have a bigger, deeper firebox, because essentially what's going to help us create a really even heat cooking is the deeper our firebox can be, the further our burners can be away from our cooking surface, the less flare-ups we're going to have. And so obviously in that sizing, we typically see that in our luxury gas grill department. But also, as we get further away from the cooking space, then what do we need at that point? If we're getting further away, what do we need, Chris?
Larger, better burners.
We need better burners because we need more heat, all right? If you just throw in a heavy duty burner and you're this far from the cooking surface, flare up city. So no one wants flare up city. I don't know how many times I gotta say flare up city in this video. So for that reason, I'm gonna say burners are also almost as important as our flame tamers. See, I almost thumbs down it there. But don't just buy a grill because it has big beefy burners in it. You need to understand the way the grills cook, which means you need to talk to salesmen who have cooked on them and know what they're talking about. Of course, that's us here at Embers. Goes without saying, duh. Anyways, those are the features of a gas grill. We're gonna poll the staff a little bit and just get their opinions. Chris is gonna go around with the camera. He's gonna fill you in on what, right off the cuff, what they think is the most overrated or underrated feature on a gas grill.
Hey, what's an underrated grill feature?
Ooh, underrated grill feature has gotta be, and people make fun of us for this, single hand ignition. Being able to light your grill and turn the knob all with one hand. It's huge.
Miles, what's the most underrated grill feature?
The thermostat. Because without the thermostat, you can't keep your grill at the proper temperature to cook your meats.
Randy, what's the most overrated feature in a grill?
Well, I'm certainly glad that you asked me that, Chris. Let's walk over here and I'll show you. The most overrated feature, in my opinion, on a grill would be the combination ice bucket cutting board that comes on the Napoleon Prestige Pro grills.
Hey Braden, what's the most overrated feature in grills?
Definitely this tiny little smoker tube that's integrated into this. Not a big fan, not at all.
There's my take. If you guys have any questions, call or text our staff. We are the experts with gas grills. Call us, we can help you out and answer any of your questions you have on gas grills. We'll see you guys next time.